This conference will now be recorded.
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby announce that adequate notice of this meeting, as required by said act, has been provided by adopting a schedule of regular meetings for the year 2020, which schedule was posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board, as well as the Borough website, and forwarded to both the South Jersey Times and the Sentinel of Gloucester County, and filed with the Borough Clerk on January 4th, 2020.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mayor Wallace.
Here.
Mr. Casabone.
Present.
Mr. D'Alessandro.
Here.
Mr. Fiola. No. Mr. Halter. Not him either. Ms. Miller.
Here.
Mrs. Spence.
Here.
Mr. Melandro.
Here.
Mr. Scafidi.
Present.
And in place of Mr. Brunemer, we have Mr. Casabone.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
I'm here.
Two
Here.
of them tonight. Jeez. Oh.
Thank you.
Welcome, Stephen. Nice to see you.
Good to see everyone as well.
Nice to have a Casabone in the house.
Okay, we got an aggressive agenda. Karen, do we need to review the bills? Do we need anything to do with that right now?
Not
Either
unless
Karen?
anyone has questions.
Anyone have any questions on the bill list?
No.
Okay, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Before we review the agenda items, I'd like to make a motion to open the meeting to the public.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, state aye.
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 At this point, if anyone in the public would like to address mayor and council for this work session part of the meeting, now would be the time.
Hearing none, I make a motion to close the meeting to the public.
I have a
Second.
motion, do I have a second? And a second. All in favor, state aye.
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 Against? Motion carries. Karen, if you could aggressively walk us through the agenda items, that would be great, although I think we're doing okay with time right now.
Okay, I'll do my best for you to aggressively walk through them. So we have no proclamations or presentations and no public hearings. We have the approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of October 27th, 2020. And I don't believe anyone needs to abstain from that. I believe everyone was there for that meeting. We have no unfinished business and no new business. The solicitors, but we do have the engineer's report. Steve, did you want to go through that, or did you want to wait until the regular meeting?
I can just go through it very briefly right now, and then maybe again at the meeting if you'd like me to. The only actual borough project is on the update was Holly Bush Drive, and that's basically done except for punch list. Other projects are really just planning board and zoning board approved projects from developers. You've probably seen College Town is continuing. Matt Blatt, where the bowling alley was, is scheduled to start extremely soon, if not already. And Bonesaw Brewing is moving along as well. That, in a very brief form, is the engineer's update for tonight.
That was wonderful, Stephen. I got to say, it's much briefer than Brunemer's.
At the main agenda, I can go on longer if you want. If you want me to elaborate.
No, that's great. No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, and the resolutions that we have for this evening are resolution 26720, resolution awarding contract for pole barn concrete goods and services for the Borough of Glassboro to M&M Electrical. And yes, M&M Electrical does concrete as well, in the amount of $55,320. We also have resolution 26820, resolution authorizing contract for supplying and delivering of rock salt for the Borough of Glassboro to Atlantic Salt Incorporated at the request of the Highway Superintendent this is under county contract. Resolution 26920, resolution authorizing contract for supplying and delivering of gas and diesel for the Borough of Glassboro, Riggins Incorporated at the request of the Highway Superintendent under county contract as well. Resolution 27020, resolution appointing alternate deputy registrar of vital statistics for the Borough of Glassboro, Tanya Gustafson, and this is done nunc-pro-tunc. It was effective November 2nd, 2020. That's when Tanya received her certification from the state. How we managed to do this through COVID is beyond me, but we did. Resolution 27120, resolution authorizing agreement for professional services adopted by the Borough of Glassboro, Marshall Geoscience Incorporated, technical cost proposal, Glassboro landfill in the amount of $84,450. And most of that is actually grant money, which you will see later on in this agenda as a 159. Resolution 27220, resolution authorizing agreement for professional services. Also to Marshall Geoscience Incorporated, NJDEP remedial action protectiveness biennial certification form. And that is for the former Lewis Auto. That is in the amount of $2,965. And from what I understand, this is something that has to be done yearly. Is that correct? Karen? Deb?
Yeah,
Okay.
this particular
Yes, they're nodding.
investigation, I think it's every 2 years, but
Every 2 years. Oh yeah, biennial. That's sorry. I'm speeding through. Resolution 27320, resolution authorizing change order number 3 for Redmond Avenue Drainage Project in the Borough of Glassboro. That is for South State Incorporated in the amount of $4,900. Resolution 27420, resolution authorizing the release of performance bond and payment bond for the reconstruction of Redmond Ave Drainage Project in the amount of $573,630.69 upon the posting of the maintenance bond in the amount of $619,927.09 for the Borough of Glassboro, and that is by South State. We did already receive the maintenance bond, and we will be forwarding this payment bond and the performance bond out after this meeting. The last resolution on the agenda is resolution 27520, resolution providing for the insertion of a special item of revenue in the budget pursuant to NJSA 40A:4-87. This is the renewable energy grant in the amount of $63,337.50. Anyone have any questions on the resolutions for this evening?
Tim, are you on, Tim? With the rock salt and the fuel coming out of the county, if we have stayed, do we have enough votes?
We are at, yeah, it's a majority of those voting, Joe. So you're talking about just you or Danielle, or I'm sure it's a good question, right? Probably both.
Yeah.
So we got, yeah, we'd only have George then and Anna.
Andrew is joining the meeting, he said, but he will be late.
Jimmy, I'm on the line, guys.
Oh,
There you go.
He's
and then-
caller number 2.
Yeah, I think Andrew would not have to abstain given his position. Yes, so we're good. Then we have 3 votes. That would be fine.
Okay,
so
great.
Danielle and Joe would abstain.
All right, wonderful. Any other questions? Okay, so we have one ordinance up for introduction this evening, ordinance amending ordinance 20-09, an ordinance fixing and establishing the salaries and compensations of the officers and employees of the Borough of Glassboro in the County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey, for the year 2020. This is amending the Deputy Chief of Police salary in our salary ordinance. That is the only ordinance this evening. Does anyone have any questions on that? Okay, that's all I have.
I'd like to, I'm looking for a motion to go into closed for potential redevelopment, and I have a last minute add-on personnel. So I'd like to have a motion to discuss those two items in closed, and you should all know that you have a separate number on your email to call in. It's a call in only.
Make a motion to go into closed session?
Second.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
That,
I have a-
Eddie, if I just could, just for the record, actually could be a motion to approve resolution R 266-20 with the addition of the personnel item, please.
Do you need a motion for that, Timmy?
Yes, please.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Thank you, Timmy. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Against? All right, I'll sign off on this, or shut your cameras down and mute it, and let's go into closed.
Hey, Edward. The mortgage rate's going down again?
I don't know. Since I refied and bought a house, I mean, how much further can they go down? The market's going through the roof.
Yeah, no, I just read it, that you're just lowering it again.
Wow.
Hey, George, you look like Rocky Balboa with a sweater on.
Yeah, Tim, like I said, keep yours mute, Tim, so we don't have to hear it.
Like version 3, though, not the first one.
I'm cold, man. I've been cold.
George, are you making all that noise?
I like there's somebody
7 o'clock, Mayor.
filing their fingers down or something, man. It was like a sandpaper.
All right, it's 7 o'clock. Anthony, we ready to go?
Yes, sir, we are. We do have a couple of callers on here. I just want to figure out if one of those is Andrew Halter.
Okay, very good. Well, I'm going to call the meeting to order if we're ready to go. Okay, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the regular meeting of Mayor and Council of the Borough of Glassboro for November 24th, 2020 to order. Karen, could you please read the opening statement?
Yes, Mayor. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby announce that adequate notice of this meeting, as required by said act, has been provided by adopting a schedule of regular meetings through the year 2020, which schedule was posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board, as well as the Borough website, and forwarded to both the South Jersey Times and the Sentinel of Gloucester County, and filed with the Borough Clerk on January 4th, 2020.
Thank you. Can we all rise? Do we have a flag, Karen? Thank you. Can we all rise and salute the flag, please? I
Pledge
pledge
allegiance to the flag
United
of the United States of America,
to the republic,
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Karen, could you do roll call, please?
Mayor Wallace,
Here.
Mr. Casabone,
Present.
Mr. Delisandro,
Here.
Mr. Halter,
Yes.
Ms. Miller,
Here.
Mrs. Spence,
Here.
Mr. Melandro,
Here.
Mr. Scafidi,
Present.
Mr. Casabone.
Here.
And let the record reflect that Mr. Fiola is excused for this evening.
Thank you, Karen. We have no proclamations or presentations, nor do we have any public hearings. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of October 27th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Spence, seconded by Councilwoman Miller. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. We have no communication, so at this time, I'll begin committee reports and start with Council President Casabon.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to hire 2 new firefighters, and their names are Josh Cooper and Austin Morgan, and this is depending on subject to completing all the necessary requirements.
There is a motion on the floor. May I have a second, please?
Second.
Okay, motion on the floor was made by Council President Casabon, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Councilwoman Miller was the second.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spence. Yes, second was made by Councilwoman Miller. My apologies, Councilwoman. Again, call for the vote. All those in favor state aye.
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 I just want to thank council, and that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you very much. We have any abstentions? That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Anything else, Council President?
No, that's all. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Delisandro.
At this time, I have nothing, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Halter.
I have nothing this evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Miller.
Mayor, due to COVID, there will be no Park and Recreation Basketball League this summer. Excuse me, this winter. I'm in the wrong season. But that's all I have at this time.
All right. Thank you. We're sorry to hear that, but we understand. Councilwoman Spence.
I have nothing at this time, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Okay. We have no unfinished business. We have no new business. So we like to call for the engineer's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have too much to add other than what I stated previously. The only borough project would be Holly Bush Drive, which is finished except for a few minor cleanup items. The most active things I have on this update for any callers who are on the developers and owner projects that have been previously approved by the boards. Zoning Board and Planning Board, College Town is continuing to move along. Matt Blatt, where the bowling alley used to be, is scheduled to start very soon if they haven't already. And Bonesaw Brewery is moving along as well. And that's all I've got, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Casabon. And I was driving by the Matt Blatt site today, and they're moving dirt around.
Okay, so they have started. Okay, good.
Thank you very much. At this time, or I'm sorry, does anyone have any questions for Mr. Casabon? All right, thank you again. At this time, I'll turn the meeting over to our borough solicitor.
Thank you, Mayor. Under our consent agenda this evening, we have the following resolutions. Number 267, resolution awarding contract for pole barn concrete goods and services for the Borough of Glassboro to M&M Electrical LLC in the amount of $55,320. Resolution 268, resolution authorizing contract for the supplying and delivery of rock salt for the Borough of Glassboro to Atlantic Salt, Inc. At the Highway Department, superintendent requests pursuant to the county cooperative contract. Resolution 269, authorizing contract for the supply and delivery of gas and diesel for the Borough of Glassboro to Riggins, Inc. Also at the Highway Superintendent's request under the county cooperative purchasing contract. Resolution 270, approving alternate deputy registrar of vital statistics for the Borough of Glassboro, Tanya Guston, Nunc Pro Tunc, effective November 2nd, 2020. Resolution 271, agreement for professional services with the Borough of Glassboro, Marshall Geoscience, Inc. Technical cost proposal, Glassboro landfill, in the amount of $84,450. Resolution 272, agreement for professional services, Borough of Glassboro, Marshall Geoscience, Inc. NJDEP remedial action, protective biannual certification form, former Luz Auto, in the amount of $2,965. Resolution 273, authorizing change order number 3 for the Redmond Avenue Drainage Project in the Borough of Glassboro, South State, Inc. in the amount of $4,900. Resolution 274, authorizing release of performance and payment bond for reconstruction of Redmond Avenue Drainage Project in the amount of $573,630.69 upon the posting of maintenance bond in the amount of $619,979.09. The Borough of Glassboro, South State, Inc., Borough Engineer recommendation. And finally, Resolution 275, providing for the assertion of a special item of revenue in the budget pursuant to NJSA 48487, renewable energy grant in the amount of $63,337.50. They are resolutions this evening under our consent agenda, 267 through 275. Council moves for approval. Roll call vote.
Move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilwoman Miller. Karen, please roll call.
Mr. Casabone,
Yes.
Mr. Delisandro,
4 with an abstention on resolution 268 and 269.
Mr. Halter,
4.
Ms. Miller,
4.
Mrs. Spence,
4 with abstentions on 268 and 269, please.
Thank you very much. Those abstentions have been noted. That motion carries.
Mayor, we also have on first reading by title only this evening, ordinance number 20-21, an ordinance amending ordinance 20-09, an ordinance fixing and establishing the salaries and compensation for the officers and employees of the Borough of Glassboro in the County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey for the year 2020. The amendment is regarding the Deputy Chief of Police salary. Council so moves for introduction this evening by title only. Roll call vote.
Move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor of Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilman Halter. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Casabone,
Yes.
Mr. Delisandro,
4.
Mr. Halter,
4.
Ms. Miller,
4.
Mrs. Spence,
4.
That motion carries. Thank you. At this time, I will entertain a motion to open the meeting to the public.
Move to open the meeting to the public.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. Floor is now open to anyone from the public who wishes to address mayor and council.
Hearing nobody, I make a motion to close the public portion.
Second.
Motion on the floor by Councilman Halter, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. The floor is now closed. The public portion is now closed. I'm sorry. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve all duly authorized bills.
I make that motion.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor by Councilman Delisandro, seconded by Councilman Halter. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Yes, Mayor. Let the records reflect that I abstain on PO number 20-03965. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other abstentions? Abstentions have been noted. Motion still carries. At this time, I will offer the floor to our borough administrator for any comments.
Thank you, Mayor. I just would like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. And I would also just like to take a quick second to applaud the employees of the borough who are dealing every day with COVID, still coming to work, trying to get our jobs done, and they're doing a phenomenal job. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you very much for sharing. And again, for my comments, I would like to wish everybody a safe and happy Thanksgiving. And again, yeah, you couldn't have said it any better, Ed. the staff at the borough and everybody involved, even the residents actually, have been really coming together and trying to do the best they can to keep this wave, the second wave, to as minimal as they can. And hats off to Mr. Manning as well for all the work that he's done tirelessly since March and continues to do a great job. Thank you to all. And with that, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
Mayor, before we adjourn, I had made a mistake and I'd like to make a correction, and I guess I have to ask our speaker if we have to revote. I had mentioned one of the firefighters' names as Josh Cooper. It is Jonathan Cooper. Do we have to revote on that, Timmy, or what do we have to do?
No, I think your clarification stands for the record, just to clarify the first name, but I think the last name, we're good, just for the record, yes. Thank you.
Okay, then again, I want to wish everybody a safe, healthy, and happy Easter, and I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting. I might said Easter, Thanksgiving. I got the bunny instead of the turkey. Sorry.
You too, Serge. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yep, same.
So there's a motion on the floor by our council president for adjournment. Is there? I have a second, please.
A second.
I have seconded by Councilwoman Spence. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Happy Thanksgiving to all and happy Easter.
Yep, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry
Made a
Christmas.
mistake.
Good night, everybody.
Yep, Merry
I got to
Christmas.
keep everybody active. All right, have a good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care.